I'm Anna Rose Dupree, and I'm from Rochester, New York. I'm going to be a sophomore in the fall. I was a public health major and a child and family studies minor. However, I have recently just switched. I am now an early education major. And this happened because last year I took a gap year in between college and high school. So in that gap year, I worked as a teaching assistant. I loved it, but I was like, I've always wanted to be a nurse. I've always wanted to go down the medical road. So I started off college that way, and then I got another job as a teaching assistant in Rochester, or Syracuse, and I loved it. And I was like, you know what? I could see myself waking up every single day, working with kids directly, like one-on-one, like a teacher does. And I just switched, so I'm super excited. Let's see. I grew up in, your standard family. I have a mom and a dad, and they have been married for 30 years. I have two older sisters. One is 9 years older than me. Her name's Molly, and she lives in Syracuse. Actually, she lives on Tip Hill. And then I have another sister who's 6 years older, and she lives in Rochester. She's a landscaper. Growing up, we were all really close. Then my sister Molly went to high school, and she's 16 and I'm like 6, and I'm annoying to her, and I just wanted to tag along all the time, and she didn't really like that at the time. So I wasn't super close with Molly growing up, super close with Carolyn loved to make me do things because I would make her laugh because I was super silly, and we were like the crazy ones together. I guess now as we've grown up, I've gotten super close with Molly because I've matured and we're more similar, I think, than me and Carolyn. But me and Carolyn are also very similar. I'd say I'm kind of a mix of the two of them. My parents' relationship growing up was tough. If I had it my way, I don't know if I would have them together. I think that they care about each other, but I'm not sure that they're really meant to be together. There's a lot of stuff going on there, lots of issues we've gone through, a lot of like financial stuff. My dad is, he grew up with an alcoholic father, and he's bipolar and didn't really take care of it for a while, so that was tough. Carolyn, my middle sister, also, we found out about high school that she was the same way. So that was a hard time in our family, I think, figuring that out. And I think that's where me and Carolyn kind of lost a little bit of our relationship. But we've grown since then, for sure. And then my dad, I was always daddy's little girl. I was the tomboy. I played the sports. Growing up in a female-dominated home, I don't think is necessarily easy for a guy. But I was super close to him. We lost that relationship when he started going through his stuff. We're still close to this day. I think things have changed a lot, but that's okay. Bear with me, by the way. I'm in a motel right now. I'm in Maine on vacation, so super exciting. You should go if you've never been. Let's see. In the future, that's hard. I think I would love to be married to somebody that I have a strong connection with, that supports me, that respects me, that really I laugh with still when we're 75 years old. My parents don't have that. And I've seen a lot of relationships that don't, a lot of marriages around me. And, I really hope that doesn't happen to me. And I don't think it has to. I do think there are amazing relationships. I look at my grandparents, beautiful, relationship to been together 50 plus years, and that's like what I strive to have. My grandpa would do anything for my grandma, and same with her, and I think that's important, and I would love to have that. Kids wise, I have flip-flopped a lot actually on that, but I really want to have kids. I think the idea is super scary right now, and especially because my older sister just got married and is like, oh, I'm gonna have kids and my cousin's having a baby. Like, it's scary, but I would love to bring a child into this world, and I'm thinking I want to have 3 kids, boys or girls, although boys kind of terrify me because I grew up with all girls pretty much, so that'll be a little interesting. I'd probably raise my family Christian. I grew up kind of Catholic. As I got older, we actually started going to a Lutheran church, which is just another form of Christianity. In my opinion, there's all these sects, but like, I don't know. I think God wanted one thing, and just for some, like, people to be great and to love each other, and it doesn't matter, like, the little things just don't matter, to me, personally. Let's see. I don't know. I guess they would grow up Christian. I would love to have my kids involved in sports and music. I did both growing up. I don't really know. It's hard to imagine, I guess. Still kind of young for that. But I think growing up in my family, I have realized what I want in a family. And I think on the outside, we put on a great facade. We just do. There's a lot going on there. And I guess I don't want to have my kids to go through it. And some of it you can't control, and that's very true. But there are things you can control. And I think growing up the way I have, I've kind of realized that, if things aren't working and you have tried to make them work for 10 plus years and they're still not, like, it's time to move on. To me, family is very important, and it always will be. And it's hard. I don't necessarily want to raise my family in Rochester, but I grew up having my entire family around, and I kind of want to do that for my kids. I guess I do believe that, my family is who I am today. And I think I'm a lot stronger because of some of the things I've had to go through, and I matured a lot quicker in some ways, which sucks sometimes, but other times, it's okay. And I've learned a lot about who I am, what I want, and that's important. I think that's what family does. And, families are complicated and complex, but they're also one of the most amazing things, in my opinion. I guess that's me. It's nice to meet everyone. All right, hope everyone has a good summer. Bye.